All right, it is time to go over a long needed video. I've been trying to get this video out this week, but we're going to go over 2023's profit and loss recap. I'm going to go over it month by month, and yeah, so let's begin. I am going to dive into my computer now, and we're going to go through each month by month. The first month being January, we make a profit of $3,375. I remember this month we were playing in Durant for the World Series Poker Circuit event. I play also in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the Run Good event, and I bink a $6,000 tournament, and I play some onlines in between. So it seems like I didn't really do much in Durant. If you can see here, it seems like a lot of these big numbers were from Durant, and then a lot of the smaller numbers was from online. This was a pretty big losing online day, so I'm curious if that had something to do with it. But I do make a $5,300 score in Tulsa, Oklahoma during the Run Good, and overall we make $3,300. It was a great start. I remember this being a really good start, and then unfortunately the next month we lose $4,329. It looks like I play a lot of online tournaments. Oh, and yeah, I went to North Carolina, and I just got completely smothered there. I remember I just couldn't min cash a single thing, and yeah, it was looking pretty bad. I remember this specifically. I went to North Carolina, spent a lot of money getting there, and then I just couldn't min cash a single thing. And yeah, you can see here, North Carolina, World Series of Poker, circuit event. And then it looks like I was doing pretty well at first online, if you see all this green right here. And then March, we make $1,658. So after North Carolina, I did take a little bit of a break. I did go to Chicago Hammond for a few tournaments, and I did get ninth in a pretty nice run. It looks like it was this one right here. Yep, $1,265. That pretty much made my month. I remember the volume wasn't as high in March. And then in April, I went swinging again, and then I really went swinging. This month, I lost over $7,000. That, let me read it real fast. This month, by far, was the most brutal month there was. I sold a lot of my action. So I did sell action. Everything in here is only tournaments, and none of it is, let me look, double check. Yeah, none of it has my action in here. So I think I was playing a lot of high rollers. Let's see. Yeah, I sold a lot of action in Elgin for the WSOPC there. I did not make anything happen. I also sold a lot of action in Tunica, Mississippi. I remember this month I put 4 bullets into the main event. It was an $1,800 main event, and I didn't even min cash. So that will hurt you. And then I went on an online losing spree. And I kept buying into the toughest fields. I kept buying into all the 109s, the 215s, the 630s. And yeah, it seemed like I just was in a gambling mood that month. This is definitely avoidable. I know that this month, I think I was just taking way too many shots. And if I would have taken a few less shots and just kept my ABI at a lower rate, I think I would have done better. But yeah, and then May, I do make a little bit of a comeback. I make $1,300, just a little bit over $1,300. So it was a really slow month, and I ended up just playing one live tournament. It was a charity event in Chicago, and I did end up chopping it. So altogether, I made about $1,300. And then I had a losing month for $3,800. And this was the World Series of Poker. So this was my first trip out in June to the World Series of Poker. I think I did okay in Vegas. Yeah, I did make one deep run for a $400,000 tournament. And then I went to Dallas after the World Series of Poker. And I just remember that this month was just a lot of run bad. I wouldn't think this month was much more than that. Because I remember adjusting after losing $7,800 one month. I was like, I'm going to keep my buy-ins a little bit more conservatively and do better. But I do fire 6 bullets into a $250 tournament in Dallas, and it was brutal. I think I ended up getting aces into kings on the bubble. and then aces loses, so it happens. And then I think July comes up and we play more World Series of Poker. I do take another trip out there. I remember I make one really big deep run. Even Phil Hellmuth is still in the mix. We have like over 7,800 entries, and I'm down to like 300 or 400 people, and I shove ace-6 suited from like hijack or middle position with 9 bigs, and yeah, that's the end of that story. So in July, I do make a little bit of money. I make $1,667. And then we go into one of the most swingiest months of this year. It is August. So August, I'm back home from World Series of Poker. I am ready to fire up online, and I get like second place in the $55 long car online, and I make $4,000 one day, and then I'm on just a tear online, and then I bink a 109 80K guaranteed, and I bink it for like 17 grand. And if you look at the number, I bink it for 17 grand, and then I end up only making $12,000. And I went ahead and put this, even though I don't need to put this, I probably don't have to put this, but I ended up going into a 7-day rat hole. For anyone who doesn't know what the 7-day rat hole on ACR is, basically you buy in for 10 big blinds, and that's the maximum you can buy in for. And I did this for like a $3,000 buy-in. It was like it was playing 150, 300, and I was just gambling that money. I mean, I had 17,000 in the ACR account, and I was like, this is a lot of money, and my ABI is only like $22. So to have $17,000 on a $22 ABI is pretty insane. I fire like, I think 2 or 3 bullets, and I'm just I'm trying to spin up 3,000 to 6,000 to 9,000. Anyways, I lose a lot of it, and I only get to cash out for 12,000 that day. And I remember just feeling like, what am I doing? And yeah, when you have a lot of money in the account, just put that money out, take that money out, and just put it aside. There is no need to look at it or tempt yourself into playing it. And after losing a lot of that money, I do play a lot of high rollers, and then I end up actually going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I fire 2 bullets into the main event, $1,700. $1,700. It was just a tear. It was like one of the best months. I'm literally like on a $20,000 upswing. I could easily make $20,000 in this month, and I go straight down. But we end up making $5,200. I remember ending that month, I was like, you know what? It's green. It doesn't matter. And then I start to slow down. I do take a trip overseas to Taiwan. I can't play as much poker in September and October. I do lose $600 in September, but this is just purely from online. And I do make $50 in October. I pretty much play like 2 tournaments all October. And then in November, I go on a tear in Pecola, Oklahoma. I haven't played poker in a while. It was a nice little break. And I just like final table after final table. And in that run, I make like $7,700. So November ends up being a $7,600 profit. And then in December, I just play online. Just ending the December overseas here with family again. So we make only a little bit of money, $500 in December, just playing online. And overall, for the year of 2023, we make $5,605. So it is green. It's not much. It's not even minimum wage. Tournament poker is quite brutal. Definitely avoidable. I definitely could have had like an $8,000 or $10,000, at least like $12,000 a year. For what I'm playing and for how much volume I'm putting in, I think that's very reasonable. And yeah, but I also am only recording tournaments. I've been told I probably should do a little more cash. I do make a little bit of money. I think I only made like $1,000 in cash this year. This year, but I'm not recording it. I really am more focused on tournaments. This is what I've been studying. So Hopefully 2024 will be better. I mean, we've already banked $5,000 for the month of January, so I think 2024 is looking better, and I've definitely learned a lot, especially with when you bank something, you want to take that money out and just hide it, you know, because a lot of times the big banks aren't expected. A lot of your money's being made from just making a few deep runs and then just consistently grinding it up. So anyways, that is the year of 2023. Not too bad. Could be better, but yeah, we'll see you.